Is it running? Is it there? I think it's there. Well, right now I think it's just a title screen. I always I always screw something up at this point, pretty consistently.
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Oh, wait there. Went to one of your other videos.
Is it running? Is it there? I think it's there.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
right
got
now.
it.
All right, Rob. So what you're gonna have to do is mute your end.
Yeah, I've muted it.
All right. Yeah, you seem to be going. I think everyone can hear me. It seems like everyone should be able to hear me because OBS says they can. Welcome to another build stream that isn't Franklin. It's gonna happen soon, guys. We're doing another live stream here just to promote the World Transforms Radical Urbanism session, where we're going to use city skylines to illustrate what a Green New Deal might look like. And today, rather than just having random people on, we actually have one of the organizers. Rob, could you tell the people about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Rob. I'm calling from London, over in the old world. And yeah, I'm involved with TWT, the World Transformed. It's a politics, arts and culture festival that's been running since 2015. And yeah, I'd say we've been building this city, but Justin's been building the city, but we've just been admiring from afar and organising the event around it. So yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully this stream will go better than last week's stream because I am not dying from black mold inhalation. Because I realized that my air conditioner had developed a serious black mold problem actually shortly after that stream, which explained why I was feeling like I was going to die.
Yeah, that would make sense, eh?
Yes.
That would make sense.
Well, hopefully this will go better then.
I was about to say, what should we work on today? That's the real question.
That is the big question. Well, I mean, it looks like you've put more tower blocks in, which is what people were, I don't want to say chastising you about, but they were at least raising concerns about, which is it.
Yeah, I got some like council housing over here that I added in earlier. And there's still like a few big sections left to do just because this last podcast episode took a really long time to research. So I hadn't had time to work on this so much, but also I'm done with that now, so should be relatively free this weekend. Famous last words. Although we're coming down to the wire now, so I have to get stuff done. So, all right, what should we work on today?
Just give me like a nice aerial shot of just the whole place that you've done, so I can have a look.
Gotcha.
If that's not too much to ask. It does look amazing. It is mad. Nice. So I guess you were saying about the. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a delay.
Yeah, you're on a bit of a delay. Yeah, unfortunately.
That's all right. That looks amazing. I remember we were talking about the little area just to the. I don't know my bearings, but to the right of the river. Is that south? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have no idea what north, south, east, and west are here whatsoever. So let me think.
Well,
right.
Stage
Yes.
left at the moment.
Right. This,
on the right hand side of the bank.
the big part that's empty that we haven't done anything with yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably start putting some roads here. I was wondering how to integrate this rail line through here. Maybe add some like industrial buildings over here or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then throw some what else? Yeah, I guess some more terraced housing over here, proper terraced housing, because I know I have assets for it now.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's probably a smart decision.
Mm.
Um, all right, let's see what we can do. Hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting thinking like where will the industrial stuff down towards the oil refinery kind of start, and where will there be? It's almost like a separate. It's almost like a separate town on its own on the other side, right?
I was about to say, yeah. Well, I mean, definitely we could have thought up of some kind of backstory for that, but probably a little bit late for that now. I mean, we got like
Yeah.
what, a week, exactly a week, in fact, before this thing has to happen.
Yeah, exactly a week. Jesus, time flies, eh? Where's
I know,
September
right?
gone?
Um, it just, the news moves so quickly these days. You just lose track of time.
I can't keep up.
Hmm.
Did you think about putting in like another railway station on that side?
That would be a good idea. I'm not sure how I would integrate it with like this branch line here. Like
Mm,
maybe that would have to be for trains that head out of town, just because I don't know. I maybe I could put in another leg of this Y here, and then
mm.
it would work.
Because if you get a lot of places up in the north of England, or just in the UK in general, outside of the big cities, these towns like basically have no public transport apart from some buses. But some of them do have a few railway stations.
We
So I'm
already.
thinking
Hmm.
Blackpool has a central station and a south station.
That makes sense. Yeah, and you could have like one that's sort of a branch off of there. We'd probably
Yeah.
make that work. Let me see what I can do here, because we already have one area where there's an extra train station that some of the trains stop in as they come in. Um,
Oh, is that the one?
it's like the small one.
Oh,
So,
nice.
so I bet I could build something over here and like add a nice little station building, and it would work.
Mm. I'll just get this out of the way and apologise for my very loud house. I'm pretty sure it's haunted or just badly built and filled with cheap crap because it just creaks and makes its odd noises. So if you hear any creaks, it's not me.
My,
It's my house.
my house has been doing all kinds of weird stuff recently. Uh,
I am pretty sure fridges shouldn't make noises that my fridge does, but that's renting in London. Hey.
yeah, I've been trying to track down a fruit fly problem all day.
Oh
Uh,
crikey!
I know, right? I was very confused as to where they were coming from. I think I've mostly got the problem solved, um, but only time will tell.
Throw out all the fruit. That's how you solve it.
I was about to say, well, no, the weird thing is the fruit flies are in the bathroom, and there's no
Oh,
fruit in the bathroom.
oh, odd. Maybe it's like that they attracted to like soap or something. I don't know. I don't know the taste of
Well,
modern fruit flies.
once I got rid of all the things that I thought might be attracting fruit flies, the fruit flies did in fact migrate towards the soap. They seem to have given up on that now.
Mm.
All right, so this can come down a bit, and then I don't know. Maybe I should add. Maybe there should be like a siding over here.
That's a really good. Someone said Portsmouth is a good example of a small city with 3. I'm guessing train stations, if I remember correctly. There's Portsmouth, Hilsea, and Portsmouth Harbour.
You know, I wish we had that sort of thing in the United States. Most time there's, you know, you'll have 3 train stations. It's just none of them work.
Yeah, we have 3 train stations. We would have like 3 train stations all ran by 3 separate providers.
I mean,
And they're all
I could
disgraceful.
I could deal with that as long as we had the trains that ran, you know.
Yeah, at least our trains are kind of going.
All right. So I'm thinking like I don't know, there's a siding here, maybe there's like goods trains used to come in here, maybe still do.
Mm.
Let me try and figure out like a station building for this first before I think about that.
Drayton South Sea and Harbour. There we go. A lot of people saying based on Blackpool. Kind of. I mean, it's a mixture of. We wanted to do because the festival was supposed to be in my hometown of Liverpool this year, but for those of you who follow the news, there's this virus going on, so we couldn't do it.
I was about to say it's not even getting so much coverage, but actually there is this virus going around.
Yeah. But we were gonna like kind of do it based on Liverpool, or like actually do a build of Liverpool city centre, and kind of Green New Deal it. But then we came up actually now the festival is happening on the interwebs. It'd be better if we just did a kind of generic kind of northern town. And Blackpool was one of the ones we talked about. Apparently, I'm very loud, Justin, and you're very quiet.
Let me see if I can fix that. How do I want to do this? If you're loud, then either I can bring your volume down, I think. I think. Or you might have to bring your volume down. Or
how would I do? How would one do that?
Or I can bring your volume down on the desktop audio here, and then
I can do it here as well.
Yeah, then you should be good.
Bring it down a bit.
Okay.
I'm still obnoxiously loud. People let us know.
Well, you'll find out in about 20 seconds.
Yeah. Both Manchester and Liverpool have a crazy number of stations. That's so true, because they actually have decent public transport. Liverpool's got Merseyrail, which has got, for a city that size, actually Liverpool's got a small city centre but very big urban sprawl. It's got loads and loads of stations. And Manchester's the same. Manchester's got trams as well. But I was in Liverpool over the weekend, and I was supposed to be getting a train down, and it got cancelled. So I had to get a train from Liverpool to Manchester, and then Manchester down to London. Now, you'd think a train Liverpool to Manchester is 30 miles or something, and it took about an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh my God!
Seemingly every back door it stops off at. 34 miles checked. 34 miles, and the train takes an hour and 4 minutes. It says here. Just stops off everywhere. Yeah, Manchester's again. It's got huge like railway network and trams as well. But I guess we kind of wanted to stay clear of the bigger cities, didn't we, when we were thinking of places to be inspired by, because they tend to actually have fairly decent public transport systems, especially kind of London, Liverpool, Manchester, Birmingham. They have fairly decent. They're not perfect, obviously, but.
Yeah, I was thinking, definitely something more like we have like 2 buses that run every other day or something,
Yeah.
Portsmouth is the third largest island in the UK. I could have changed it in Warrington. That is such a good shout. But the trains weren't going to. The trains weren't going out of Liverpool south. Like I had to. The only way I could do it is Manchester. But that is a good shout. You go to Warrington and change.
So I have like one option for any train to get anywhere. We don't have alternate routes here.
Yeah, I was looking at like the railway map of the whole of America. It's like surprisingly not that great by the look of it. Like Amtrak doesn't particularly seem like there's massive on a map. There's just like massive holes.
Oh yeah, there's whole states where there's no Amtrak stations.
Yeah, South Dakota.
Yes.
There's the one next to South Dakota to the left. I don't know what that one is.
Wyoming. Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, the further out west you go, it's just
Yeah, and most of those trains only run once a day.
really.
You know, yeah, but since the train takes 2.5 days, they still have to keep 4 trains in service to run it.
So stupid. What did all those people bloody die for? Blowing up caves in the railways to build the railways.
Yeah, you just don't get you just don't get nice train service, and there's like lots of places where it would be fairly obvious to have trains running. It doesn't have to be a train that runs from Seattle to Chicago.
You should have it from like Seattle to somewhere near Seattle.
Yeah, exactly. Like Seattle to Spokane, Washington, whatever it's called. And you run that train 3 or 4 times a day. That makes a lot of sense. But you run the Empire Builder once a day, and it has to go all the way to Chicago.
Through the bloody sticks.
Yeah, and get
that one. Yeah, it goes all the way. Whitefish, Williston.
Yes.
It's a big old country.
Oh yeah. So I'm lucky in the Northeast. We have actual trains that run frequently, as opposed to once a day.
Yeah, it looks like that's the case. And then a lot of these big cities down the never eat shredded wheat, East Coast, have like metros within them as well, right?
So Philadelphia has a subway. New York obviously has a subway. Baltimore has a subway, but it's one line. Washington D.C. has a subway.
Boston
has a subway, yes. And then after that, you have it gets sporadic.
Mm. I was like 2 days. When I was sat on this train from Liverpool to Manchester. I was looking at. There's a bus that runs from Miami to Seattle.
Yes, Greyhound has some weird routes.
It takes 84 hours. And I think it like goes up towards Chicago and then like across to Salt Lake City and then up again. It's like a really weird route. Technically you can sit on it for 3 days.
I don't understand why they don't just have you do a transfer.
Yeah, like what? Yeah.
What advantage is there to stay on the same bus for that long?
I think it's maybe they're just like trying to make a meme. They're just trying to be like trying to get people just to like sit on the coach for 84 hours. It's not cheap, but it's like 200 quid or something.
That sounds about right. I mean, you got to pay the operator for that entire time.
Yeah, fair.
That's the thing with really long routes is that you're only getting one fare out of an operator each day. So you wind up, you're paying for several days of that man's salary.
Yeah, true. The Manchester-Liverpool line runs through Warrington Central. This was... I'm pretty sure the service I got on didn't. And it was late at night. But, maybe I'm looking at a map. Well, it should not take an hour, though.
That is my impression with a lot of trains over here. You know, these short distances should not take as long as they do.
There's the one. So there's in like the east of England. There's a place called Norwich. Very nice place, very famous cathedral. If you look at a map of the UK, it's like the bit on the bottom right that sticks out like a big circle, and that's Norfolk. And just below there is Ipswich, and there's a train that runs. Like up the coast from Ipswich, Norwich, and again that's like 40 or 50 miles. And it takes an hour and a half. It seemingly stops. It's like quicker to drive. It's like I thought the whole point of like transport was.
The point of trains is they can go faster than cars.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like the USP when people invented them.
Yeah.
When they invented them in the 1800s, they went, "These can go quicker than cars." People went, "What cars?" They went, "You'll see."
You'll see. Yeah. There was this wonderful anecdote from a book I've been reading recently, The Wreck of the Penn Central, where a commuter pointed out to the president of the Pennsylvania Railroad in the 1950s that the actual scheduled times on the commuter lines out of Philadelphia had not changed since the 1880s.
When were they saying this? When were they making this point?
Oh, this was in the late 1950s, early 1960s. So I went and looked at, compared the schedules from then to now. Still hasn't changed.
That is mad. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, hey.
It's kind of broke, though.
Oh, they're nice. These terrace houses are lovely.
Try and squeeze some of these guys in here next to the railroad tracks.
Yeah. Where did you get all these assets, Justin? Were they already on the work, or did you have to make some?
It's all on the Steam Workshop. I'm just using what was already there.
But cars give you freedom. That's a very good point.
I don't believe that. Not for a second.
It's freedom in inverted commas, so I'll take it.
I see. That'll do it.
I did do the inverted commas, but then I realised nobody can see me.
I was amazed to learn that all y'all call them inverted commas and not quotation marks like we do here.
Yeah. People will say quotation marks, but I would say the go-to is inverted commas. Which is a bit fancier, I think. It's a bit giving them the respect they deserve.
Both of them seem to have more syllables than they strictly need.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That's the English language, though.
This is true, yes.
They call it the Queen's English for a reason, eh?
I forget who said it, but like the English language doesn't so much borrow words from other languages as much as it knocks them down in dark alleys and rifles through their pockets for spare vocabulary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What am I looking for? Probably some parking.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it is broke, we can't afford to fix it.
Yes. That is certainly my experience from working in. I used to work at a historic restoration or supposedly historic restoration company, but we did a lot of non-historic restoration. Um, and yeah, people don't want to do the fixes that they have to do, ever.
No, it's just. I think people just don't forget things cost money.
Yes.
Like people complaining, oh, well, it's bloody all these trains.
They would cost loads of money. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, yes.
It probably it'll cost you more to not do them.
Yeah.
Hey, you can do all the future worth analysis that you want. This is going to cost you if you don't do the thing.
Yeah. I would have liked you do this, Justin, without unlimited money.
I don't know how to do that.
Like you actually had to play the game.
I can't remember the last time I did that.
Yeah. So you're losing £17,000. Scotland is awesome. I agree.
Farthest north I've been is York, unfortunately.
Oh, York's lovely.
Yeah, York is nice. I haven't
Looks
been since I was
very
like
nice.
11, but
It was the old. I think it was one of the first places that the Danes, when they invaded. It's a really, really nice place.
I've been to Newfoundland, which is of course knockoff Scotland. Also, Nova Scotia is also knockoff Scotland.
Yeah.
It's right there in the name.
Newfoundland, is it somewhere up that way?
It's
And
the
there's, like, people who speak. There's like small groups of people who speak Scots.
oh, it's not small groups of people. Lots of people have well, maybe not the specific language, but there's a hell of a dialect up there.
Yeah. Prince Edward Island. York was founded by the Danes. I think the Romans had a Ebaracurum or something. They had a fort there, and then the Danes built on top of it. I think that's. It's got a lovely. York Minster is very nice.
I was like 11 at the time, so I couldn't appreciate it. I was just complaining, oh my God, we had to go into another boring church.
That's holidaying in England. That's holidaying in England.
Yeah.
It also has like the weirdest. York has the weirdest, like the weirdest example of like gerrymandering. So like there's two constituencies in York, and there's York Inner and York Outer.
Oh
So
boy.
there's centre.
I know
like,
this story.
York Centre. York. I think it's called York Inner or York Central. I can't remember. It's just like the town centre, and then York Outer is like all the way around it in like this weird ring. It's just the weirdest thing ever. Shock horror. It's to.
That's not even that bad. I mean, you know, until you see a district which is like one area of one city, and then the right of way of an interstate highway, and then another area of another city 60 miles away. That's gerrymandering right there.
Yeah. Named after someone, gerrymander.
Yes.
Is it?
I don't know. If it was, I wouldn't be surprised.
Really interesting. So apparently, there was a redrawing of the Massachusetts State Senate election district under Governor Elbridge Gerry, and he signed a bill which redistricted Massachusetts to benefit his Democratic Republican Party friends. And when one of the districts looked like a salamander, apparently, so people called it a gerrymander.
That'll do it.
That could be completely made up because Wikipedia, but it looks real. There's a picture next to it, and I'm happy with that. It actually does look like a salamander as well.
Well, that whole period of American history is basically made up. So they don't teach you about like no one will tell you that like the Democratic Republicans existed unless you take AP U.S. history, which is of course a propaganda course you take in high school.
Yeah, they were all like nominally of the same party, right?
Oh yeah.
A lot of it.
What was it? 18. I want to say 1828. 4 candidates who were all from the same party. All
Henry Clay won. Henry Clay,
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson, and it was like a draw, wasn't it?
there was no Andrew Jackson got a plurality, but no one got the majority, so Congress went in and picked Henry Clay.
Ah. Jeremiah Monroe. That's his name. That's what gerrymandering's named after.
All right, we seem to be making good progress here.
Yeah, this looks great. Oh, you posted the link for the session in the what do you call it? Thingy explanation area. I don't know what the term.
It's the description, I guess.
Description, of course.
Yeah.
Explanation area. Yeah. Next Friday, 8:00 BST. Yes. There are some cool speakers. Yeah, Chris from the Green Labour for a Green New Deal kind of started that over this way.
someone from the National Food Service, someone from Commonwealth, which is a brilliant think tank, democratising literally everything, and then someone from the London Renters Union, the London Cycling Campaign, and then there's one other, isn't there? The New Economics Foundation, someone from another think tank. But yeah, check it out.
Oh yeah, it'll be good. People know what they're talking about, more so than me. I'm just here to make the pretty pictures.
Yeah. I'm the token guy with the regional accent. I think that's my role, and I'm happy to.
That provides us legitimacy. Yes.
If you gotta chase funding, you gotta have a regional accent.
Yes. All right.
Justin, someone said, and I would like to second this. Could you actually change the name?
Oh, yes.
Because then, this is a really good point. When the tweet thing comes up, it will say the name of the town, which I just think that'll make it a bit more real for everyone.
All right. Immersion restored.
Someone's saying, "Oh, UK roads dirty." Yeah, they're terrible. We have absolutely terrible roads. It looks like an old patchwork quilt. Like there's just every time there's a hole, they pour some cheap crap into it, and it's just awful.
I wonder, does anywhere have good roads? I've just
France.
Really.
France has got nice roads.
So, fun story from here in Philly recently. So, our transit agency, SEPTA, just got a big grant, right? Or they got a grant about a year and a half ago, to buy electric buses, right? Battery electric buses, right? And what they decided to use them for is to replace their trolley buses, right?
Okay.
So we're taking down the overhead wires, and we're going to run with batteries instead. And what happened was, because of course these buses have to, they have to carry around this big battery, and they're running over these absolutely garbage roads. All the frames cracked. So now they're running diesel buses.
Oh, you're fucking joking.
Yeah.
You gotta have that. Gotta have that sweet lithium, though.
Oh my God! Just put up some wires.
They didn't overthrow the government for nothing. There's lovely Bolivian lithium.
Yeah, exactly, right? Well, there's just some incident, I think, in Arizona where on the site of a potential lithium mine, which was complicated by the fact that there were a bunch of endangered plants there, someone just went around and torched all the endangered plants, and now they're extinct. So, all right, time to do some lithium mining, I guess, guys.
They solved the problem, though. You got to give them credit.
This is true, yes. Look, sometimes in environmentalism, you got to make hard choices.
You got to drive some plants to extinction if you want to make an omelette. I think that's the old saying.
Yes.
You see, Elon Musk, like, they're not even, like, trying to hide it now. He literally just tweeted, like, the US organised the coup. Like, oh, it'd be great if they did. We can coup whoever we want, deal with it. I think that was what he said.
Well, it seems to not be sticking because what's her face is resigning because everyone hates her.
Who, the new... Oh, the new...
The interim government designed to ensure that democracy doesn't happen. They're like,
shock horror, they're not popular.
My God, who would have thought that overturning a popular election would turn out to be an unpopular decision?
Yeah, it's really fun though. The Americans love doing that, don't they? It's really fun.
I guess
that's why they keep doing it.
Maybe this is a signal that the American empire is decaying, that we can't even do a coup in Bolivia. Used to 50 years ago we could install a Pinochet no problem. Now
back when I was a lad. Yeah, it does feel. I do feel like I do have a front row seat to like the end of the Roman Empire. It's quite exciting.
I always thought I always enjoyed the sort of I don't know what the word you would use for it. I want to say historiography. I don't think that's right though. Interpretation of history that says through a bunch of weird intermediaries, Moscow was the third Rome. Which means, of course, the only thing that took down the Roman Empire was the Soviet Union.
The Visigoths that would be rolling in their graves if they could hear you saying that. Well, yeah, even the word like Tsar comes from Caesar. They
yes.
Consider themselves the natural like successor because the Russian Orthodox Church came from the Greek Orthodox Church, which was like. It's just there is a YouTube video about like who could call themselves the Roman Emperor now, and it's like one of them is Napoleon's great grandson or something, and then one is like the Pope, one is like a distant cousin of one of the Russian royal family, and then another one is some random Greek fella.
So which bad interpretation of history do you prefer?
Who wants to? They could just job share it. That's very 2020.
They tried that once.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty good for half of them.
This test house, great actually.
Yeah, this is turning out pretty good.
And even there's a little gap in between. It even has the little alleyway.
Oh yeah.
I believe it's called a ginnel. If I'm not wrong. Especially in the north of England, it's called a ginnel. I'm gonna check that because
need to.
Yeah, narrow passageway between buildings. A ginnel or a snicket apparently.
I had one of those in the last row house I lived in, which is really nice because you get from the backyard to the front yard real easy.
Yeah, we have them here at the back of our garden, but it's because they've put a new road in, like perpendicular to my road. It's kind of blocked off at one end, like at two ends. So there's this highway. You can't really do anything with it. And like one house 3 doors down owns most of it. It's like an extension of their garden.
Oh my God.
So
I blame big government for that.
We have to let the gentle hand of the free market sort it out.
One thing which was very strange is there was one city-owned streetlight in the back of that alley, and I had no idea how anyone remembered to maintain it. Um, but it was like some kind of sodium lamp. I think that's what they're called, from like the 1960s. Um,
crap.
and I don't know if it had just managed to last as long as it did, or what.
So it's just like on a spreadsheet somewhere, and someone
Yeah.
just forgot about it, and it's just sodium. I didn't know you could like.
That's like sort of the really yellow street lamps.
Okay. There has to be more Thatcher Urban Decay, apparently.
This is true. I've been working out, trying to figure out what I need to add to make it look more shitty, which I believe is the goal here.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing, isn't it?
How much how many vacant lots are in one of these towns?
In the terraced buildings, probably a lot.
Ah, okay. That's easy.
Um, especially like on the edge of town as well.
Yeah.
That's in Liverpool. There was a street in Liverpool where they were selling houses for £1,
Ooh.
but it cost 60 grand to like do them up because they were in fucking awful.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
And there was like a rule that you could only buy one.
Oh, you had to actually live in them?
Yeah, you like couldn't just be swallowed up by a developer.
For
But
just yeah.
this video on this, I can't remember which paper it was. They all seem to seem the same, but they interviewed her and she'd done it up and lived there, and she was the like only person who lived on the street. She was like, I got a house for £1 and I spent 30 grand doing it up, and it's lovely, but like the road just looks awful. It's like there's a reason they all were empty, because it's like a weird part of the outskirts of Liverpool.
It's better than the alternative that they like to try here, and especially in Detroit's been trying to pull a scheme where they just try and actively shove people out of neighborhoods that have a lot of blighted houses, so that they can just discontinue services to whole neighborhoods.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well,
And it doesn't work. Like, people don't want to leave their house. That's perfectly fine, just because there's no other houses on the block.
I guess that's they just make it like so unlivable that like people are kind of forced to. Thatcher Urban Decay sounds like a terrible cider. Because there is cider in the UK called Thatcher's, and that sounds like a terrible one that they'd bring out.
I was thinking Thatcher Urban Decay sounds like it sounds like very much in the same vein as like old engine oil, which for some reason has gotten very expensive in the United States.
Yeah.
That particular beer.
When will Brexit end? Never. Wake me up when the UK ends. Great.
Yes.
Oh, United Republic of Ireland and Northern England. I did see this map that someone made, and it was like a Celtic union. And it was like,
I like it.
was Ireland, it was Ireland, Scotland, Wales, Cornwall, and Liverpool.
which is great because everyone. When I spent some time in Ireland last year, people used to refer to Liverpool as East Dublin because there's so many bloody Irish people there. Oh, this map also has Brittany in it as well, of course.
Nice.
Everyone forgets about the Bretons. Too many trees, sign of affluence. That's not a bad shout, actually.
I don't know. It depends on if they're like if are they good trees or are they weed trees. You know, because we had a lot of weed trees just in like anywhere. They just sprout out up. They ruin your house's foundation. You know, they're very annoying.
Like knotweed, that's a big one out here. Japanese knotweed. Everything just tends to be kind of concreted over in this country.
That makes sense. Yeah. I wonder if I can like shove more parking in here. That might make sense.
What is the difference between the Anglos and the Saxons? I think it's just like two separate German tribes. One from Saxony and one from Anglia. Which is up near Denmark, I think Anglia is.
That's what I would think, yeah.
And we still have East Anglia. And there's a name of a place now, East Anglia, in this country. I started watching. It's absolutely terrible, but I started watching Vikings. It's like an Amazon Prime.
Oh
series.
yeah, I need to see that finally.
It's awful. I just couldn't like find the willpower to stop watching it.
Wait, is Vikings the bad one or is that the Romans one? I forget. Because I remember hearing one of them was good, one of them was bad.
I have no idea. I can't remember them. There seems to be loads about the Romans. I can't keep up. Like we get it. I think we get it now.
Yes, the Romans were there. They existed. They did Roman stuff. Yes.
Funny names and more funny hats. That we get it.
Yes.
But the Vikings one is pretty shit. Like, it's just like it's like trying to be Game of Thrones. It's like even more gratuitous. It's just like,
oh my god. I mean, I was kind of like I was off Game of Thrones pretty early. I think. I honestly think it jumped the shark when they poured molten gold on the guy's head. I was like, yeah, this is as good as it gets right here.
yeah.
I remember I think I watched it. I watched the final episode. It was like the first time I had watched it in like years, and it was like still a big event for a lot of people. And I was like, okay, yep, that happened.
Yeah, I had like a terrible relationship with it. I just kind of like, when it came out, I was still quite young, I think, and like got swept up by it. And it was just like it became a chore by the end. I was just like, oh fucking hell, we finished so I can move on with my life, please.
Yes.
I've been giving you 6 years of my life, just like fucking like tie up the loose ends.
and then they literally took that literally. They were like, okay, we're gonna like kill literally everyone in 2 episodes and like end it.
Yep. And it's like, oh, yep, it's over.
But like,
I
it was quite good. I thought it was like decent television.
my opinion was the only satisfactory ending would have been a socialist revolution.
There was like in the last episode, I'm pretty sure, like when they're looking for a new ruler, someone, the token northern character,
Yes.
says like, "What about the people?" And they
what
all
if
like
we-
laugh.
Yeah, they all laughed at him. Yeah.
They go, "You'll see, comrades, you'll see." But no, that would have been quite the plot twist.
That would have been a good plot twist. It's just suddenly like the Internationale starts playing. All right. I'm going to use the restroom. I will be right back.
People really like trains in this thing. And while I've got the floor, I'm going to just talk about the world transformed a bit. While we look at this lovely house Justin's just placed. So we've got loads of events coming up. Check out the thing in the description. There's loads more sessions. We've just got Ilan Omar, who's going to be doing a talk with Diane Abbott on the 25th as well. I think on the same day after the event we're doing, and they're going to talk about transatlantic left. So I'm going to post some events in the comment as well that might be of interest to people. Anyone who likes trade unions, as we all should. There is one. So come and check it out because there's loads of cool stuff going on. That was the fellow I was talking about again. Just like the fat northern one, I think. Every series needs one. And the actor is actually northern, which is good. He's just not some drama school type that they say. He's just given one lesson in how to speak like a northerner. There's a transatlantic left. Apparently, yeah, apparently. So I've been told. I think it's up and coming. I think that's. Northern guy here. Is the town pretty authentic? We're trying. We're trying. I think it just needs to be a bit dirtier. Like it's almost too shiny, but I say we're working on it. I think Justin's working on it. Yeah, the chat, apparently you can't see the links in the chat, but that's...
Oh, I'll post it at the end, maybe. Or on street parking instead of car parks, that's not a bad shout. Thank you, Kim Jong-poon, for your advice. Drone parking. Yeah, more cars on the roads, I think, is a good shout.
All right, I have returned.
Right. There's some interesting points being raised.
Oh yeah.
So, and I agree with most of them actually, but I don't know how easy a lot of this is. There's a lot. Someone said on a lot more like on-street parking instead of car parks, but then I think that's probably difficult to do.
Well, there is on-street parking here. It's just no one's using it yet.
No one's using it.
Yeah. It's like in the parts of the city that have been done earlier, people are using the on-street parking. It's just that no one's moved into this new part yet.
Yeah, that's true. It's an up-and-coming neighborhood.
Exactly, right? Well, you got to wait for everyone to make their way down the one road into town here.
I'm going off. Yeah, people are kind of parking there, but
You know what the other issue I think is? None of these buildings have electricity. Should probably remedy that. That might help. Then people might move in.
Yeah, that might make sense. How are you powering it?
I just use these power lines over here, and then somewhere near the edge of the map, there's the nuclear power plant.
Nice.
It's keeping it green.
Keeping it green. Well, uranium is green, so I mean.
Yes, exactly.
I don't even know if it is green. I made that up.
No, actually, uranium is like yellow cake, which is the only time it has color, and then once it's a fuel rod, it's just sort of like a normal metallic color. I don't know where the idea that like I guess people think radiation is green because radium was green, you know, for like radium watches and stuff like that. And I guess it just spread from there because, of course, there's no green glow from radiation. It's a blue glow, and if you see it, it means you're already dead.
The comforting blue glow.
Yes.
Well, that new little bit looks great.
This. Love to have a floating fence. I guess it's not floating. The shadow is just weird.
Mm. Do we have a big Tesco yet?
You know what I wound up having to do because I didn't have a big Tesco. Is I grabbed like the first supermarket I could, and I was like, "We'll change the sign." But at the moment, it's a Piggly Wiggly. So yeah, that's
Why would you name a grocery that?
we have all kinds of wild grocery store names out here. There's Piggly Wiggly. There's Winn-Dixie. There's what else is kind of funny? Harris Teeter is kind of funny.
Wiggly, like, take yourself seriously as a business person. Come on.
Of course, here in Pennsylvania, we got our convenience store, the Wawa.
Wow.
Yes.
How is it spelled? W-A-H?
W.
W-A-H?
No, it's WAWA.
Crikey. Apparently there's a place called Wawa.
Yes. It's right at the end of, well, soon to be the end of one of our commuter lines here in Philly, because they're finally re-extending it a half a mile at some huge cost. Um,
Oh, it's named Wawa, which means wild goose, apparently.
yes.
Well,
Figure I'll turn this into beach because I don't know what else to do with it.
yeah. I'm trying to think of stuff that we...
We had to do a fishing pier, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, fishing pier / fishing port,
Yeah.
a golf course.
Oh, golf course would be good, and that'd also take up a lot of space.
Yeah, the amount of, like, the amount of space that golf courses take out is ludicrous. There was something about, like, more... I'm gonna have to check this because I don't want to get make libelous comments. But it's something like we use more land for golf courses than we do for homes in the UK or something.
That sounds about right. Golf courses take up a shitload of land, and it's like, I am probably unique among left-leaning people in that I actually do enjoy the game of golf, but we use way too much space for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. A lot of people, I know a lot of people play it. There's loads of up in Liverpool. There's loads of municipal golf courses. They're called. It's kind of like maintained by the council.
We usually get like one or two of those per city here, but not much more.
There's quite a few in Liverpool. There's quite a few, and there's one like fairly close to the town, like city centre as well in Bootle, which is, and apparently they're perfectly good golf courses. They're like, yeah, I mean it's it's fun. It's a fun sport.
So I think that the ones in the United States are actually kind of underfunded.
Yeah, that would make sense.
What was weird is though I went to the one in Fairfax County back where I used to live, and I think it's the only place I've ever seen run by a municipal government that serves liquor. I never used the fishing mechanic in this game before. Let's see how this works. Fishing industry. I have to create a fishing route.
Oh, do you know what really pisses me off about this game?
What?
Is that if there's an asset or a building that has a road as a part of it, you can't upgrade that road.
There is a mod that lets you do that.
Really?
Yes, it's called Touch This. Because previously you couldn't touch this, but now you can.
Oh fuck! You can make a fishing route. That's cool.
Yeah, I need to figure out, is fish a resource that I have to paint somewhere, or is fish like
Or you just have to like send boats and hope there's fish there.
I was about to say, yeah, we'll wind up it used to work like that. Obviously it doesn't anymore now that we've depleted all the fisheries, but
Mm. There is a girl on TikTok who dances to captions about how environmentally damaging golf courses are. I know exactly who you're talking about, and it is fantastic. Oh, you're getting a lot of shit for liking golf.
There's nothing wrong with liking golf. I will die on this hill. It's fine to like golf. You can enjoy
It's a fun sport.
you can enjoy something without like, you know, people like stuff like football too, and like that's immensely bad for society and especially the players.
It's like one time commercial.
You don't have to be doing activism all the time. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's true. So I'll see you at the barricades with your 9-iron then, Justin.
Yeah, exactly, right? All right, so theoretically,
True, it's the most common man sport. I completely agree.
this is true. Bowling is very good. Bowling is fun. Bowling is great because it's the only sport you can eat while you're playing it. Well, actually, no. Golf, you can also do that.
Yeah, apparently there's like my dad was playing golf somewhere in Spain, and like at the end of the ninth hole, that you could like call ahead, and they would leave a sandwich there for you.
Some of the places here in the States, they will just have people who will come find you on the course and give you food.
Yeah. Society's progressed past the need for golf. Yeah, it's a fun sport. Just more people should do it.
What
I mean, I'm
is?
saying I don't give a shit about golf, but like, I mean,
Well, the
some
other
of my-
thing, if more people did it, if more people did it, you'd need to use more land for golf. So, I agree. Less people should golf. So then there's
Oculus
more
Rift.
room for me to golf.
everyone needs to just get an Oculus Rift, and then they can pretend, or get the fucking Wii. I was playing Wii Golf at the weekend. It's incredible.
There used to be. I played. I haven't played any Wii games in ages. There used to be Wii bowling, and I found there was a secret to getting a strike every time. What you would do is you would take the Wiimote and go to the next floor of the building you were on, and then you would do the bowling motion there, and you'd get a strike.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Why would you cheat at that? You've got to be it's got to be a pretty sad life that you're like cheating at like Wii bowling.
Well, I was like 15.
Fair.
I had nothing else to do. I live in this.
It was a simpler time.
It's a simpler time. Yeah, I found a technique to win at Wii bowling all the time.
But like, you would be playing on your own or with people.
Mostly like on my own.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Excuse myself for a minute.
It's not like I did this a lot. It's just one day I found that it worked.
It's just research, important, valuable research.
Yes.
Wii Sports Resort is the best. I completely agree.
could do like hand gliding, and I'm like, I don't get why they chose that, because you could just like hold the remote and just like this like me would be kind of falling out of the sky, and you could like move it, and that was it. And but the best one was table tennis. I liked table tennis on the Wii. That was the most. I think that was the most. It felt the most real.
I don't think I played too many Wii games, to be honest. I was always a PC gaming person.
Not 2008, so that was it. The golden age.
Yeah.
Pre-crash, everyone was playing the Wii. It was a glorious world. Two 2006 that came out. That's mad. The Wii Sports Resort 2009. Do they still make Wii's? Is that a thing?
It's now the Nintendo Switch. I keep thinking of getting one because there's a new Paper Mario game out, and
Oh, sick.
it's like I enjoy Paper Mario.
I'm just a cold, warm-blooded American, and I
Yes.
like Mario.
I wonder, did I finally get a Tesco sign?
Also, I think there was.
All I got is Tesco Express. Maybe I got a Sainsbury's.
Oh, the person in my ear is telling me to the fishing harbour would be a weird old place with stone walls and shit. That's not my words.
That's a good point. Yeah, I should probably dress this thing up a bit. What am I looking for? Oh, right. Make sure this thing has some electricity. What can I do with this? Because it...
I'm just going to pop out for a minute, 1 sec.
All right.
Right, I'm back.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sure what old fishing harbor would look like, or what examples there would be for me to take a
I
look
can
at.
send you. I'll send you a. I'll send you, or just Google UK fishing harbors.
Yeah, that would probably do it.
They tend to have these like big, just stone. I guess is like
Let you just stone crap.
everything is made of stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good shout as well. There's almost too many good points being made.
Yeah, I mean, you got. I mean, there's going to be, I guess, a limited amount we're going to be able to keep doing over,
Yeah, that's true.
just the amount of time that we got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are like a bunch of stone jetties and stuff like that, which I would have to go on the workshop and get. And like a bunch of stone houses too.
Quickly, just gonna make another cup of tea.
Okay.
Otherwise, just to stave off the shakes, you know.
That'll do it, yeah.
Where's the Hyperloop?
No Hyperloop coming here. We'll have actual trains that work.
Oh, nice. That looks good.
This looks passable at least.
Because I think someone's going to be talking about fishing, maybe.
That'll do. Yeah, yeah. We Ezra and I talked to her a couple days ago, so we do have to have this in here somewhere.
Mm.
She hasn't given me her talk yet, so
Uh,
we're just guessing at this point.
Pebbles, yeah, okay, there we go. Give the people what they want.
Yes.
Someone's asked, "How's the presidential campaign going?" I wasn't aware you were running for office.
Well, the Democrats haven't kicked me off the Pennsylvania ballot. I will say that at least. They just won their lawsuit to kick the Green Party off.
Nice.
Yeah, I love me some democracy,
Yeah. Well, it's a lot easier to punch down than punch sideways or up. So.
Yes, exactly.
Pebbles are better than sand, I agree.
Yeah.
I do Pebble Beach.
All right, damn. It almost looks like I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, it's some very believable little twiddling you're doing, so it's...
Yeah.
What is that white thing you've added?
Oh, that's the bridge abutment.
Oh, of course, the bridge
Yeah.
abutment. How could I have been so foolish?
So otherwise, like, how else is it gonna bear into the rock?
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah. Gotta make sure stuff doesn't fall over.
Yeah, that would be wise, I guess. Would be red tape.
That should be like the number one part of the Green New Deal is we're gonna make sure we don't build stuff that falls over.
Yeah, I'd say.
Because that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm kind of on board with that. Whatever the policy difference is,
Yeah.
I'm sure we can agree that things probably shouldn't fall over unless they're designed to.
Yeah, but that tends to be sort of a rare situation.
Where you design something to.
Well, I'm trying to think like offhand, what would you design to fall over? And I'm thinking it would probably be some kind of theme park ride.
Yeah. Or a drawbridge.
This is true.
I guess that's on a chain, isn't it? You're kind of letting it fall a bit. People don't build drawbridges anymore, though.
They sort of do. It's very specific locations, but you'll still find new ones. The Dutch like them.
Do they? They
Yeah, they have a lot of canals.
oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of waterworks in general.
Not here though. The one on Tower Bridge in London got stuck a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's always that's my favorite when just the drawbridge gets stuck.
There's a story of a guy who like jumped over it in a bus.
Oh my God, I like that.
It's from like the 50s maybe. A bus. So okay, I found it. Towerbridge.org. Rock and roll. On the 30th of December 1952, Albert Gunter, lovely name, was happily going about his day job driving the number 78 bus. To his utter surprise, the road in front of him seemed to drop away. Gunter realised that the bridge was opening and his bus was on a rising bascule. The watchman forgot to ring a warning bell.
Oops.
So he just slammed his foot on the accelerator and he made it.
Well, there you go. I mean, those old Roadmaster buses could do basically anything. Those were high performance vehicles. I don't know if you ever seen video of they used to have some kind of exhibition where the public could come into one of the bus depots, and you could ride the skid bus, where they would just like Tokyo Drift a big Routemaster bus.
Fair. You can't do that anymore. So apparently he was given a day off work and a £10 reward.
Here, you did a great job. Here's £10.
Yeah. He was so the only person who was injured was the driver himself, who broke his leg.
Oh my God.
The bus stayed intact.
Totally thankless.
What a hero.
Almost thankless. £10 of thanks.
£10 worth of thanklessness.
Yes.
Someone flew a plane through it a year earlier.
Oh my, that's dangerous. That is something which should not be done.
Yeah, apparently the pilot's son dared him to do it. So he's kind of got to,
Yeah, I guess so. There's no other option at that point.
Your Honor, it was a dare.
Innocent.
Have a day off work and £10.
Yes.
Spice Girls movie. They did jump over it in a Spice Girls movie. That's right. I'd forgotten about that. A dramatic retelling of the famous story.
All right, that bridge looks okay now. All right.
You can't deny that that's a bridge.
Yes. The other one still looks like ass, though. Gotta figure out what to do with this.
Oh, are they just like intercity trips? They just like the game is generating them, or did you have to?
In terms of like intercity trips, the citizens will do them like occasionally. I have it like set up in a complex fashion, but you can see like this train has 3 passengers on it, presumably heading for elsewhere. But just so I could limit the amount of trains we get, I had to set it up so there's like 2 train stations here, and one of these actually hooks up to the trains that go elsewhere, and the other one is just like sort of a fake line that makes it look like the trains are going elsewhere. I think mostly the other one gets used, and it's getting all kinds of stupid trains coming in, rather than ones that are regionally appropriate.
Oh, that one looks like they look like the ones in Liverpool with the yellow.
Oh, yeah, those ones are right, but those are on the local line. But in the meantime, you have like some old heavyweight multiple units coming in, and then there's like some kind of New Jersey commuter train following it, and then it's all messed up.
Mm. Needs more Weatherspoons. That is such a good shout.
It should have a
So-
Weatherspoons. This is true.
You are aware of Weatherspoons?
I am aware of Weatherspoons. Yes.
Uh,
Do I have a Weatherspoons? I don't think I have a Weatherspoons.
no, that would be.
I mean, there's certainly a lot of pubs, but there is no Weatherspoons in particular. I have to search the workshop and see if we have one I can put down.
Mm. You would for it to be an honest representation. There'd have to be about 12 of them.
This is true. Yes. Is that how bad it is?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Oh my God.
My friend's dad, he's a like an alcohol merchant. I don't know what the term, wine merchant. He sources alcohol for pubs and restaurants and stuff. And he was saying that apparently Weatherspoons, they just buy loads of like going off beer, and that's why it's so cheap.
That'll do it. That sounds like a great way to.
As well, that's how.
That sounds like a great way to lose customers, though, if the beer's just going off constantly.
I mean, if people are drinking like fizzy,
That's
lager,
true. Yeah.
hell,
Yeah. If you just have like a bunch of people too drunk to notice, yeah.
most spoons are old pubs or cinemas. Yeah, loads of them are cinemas or old theatres.
So like I thought a bunch of them were like converted warehouses too, or like old industrial buildings.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Hmm.
Most of the ones that I frequented as a teenager.
Oh,
Like
that's
cinema.
right. You can drink legally as a teenager. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean from 18, yeah, but you can drink easily and illegally.
Yeah, this is true. I didn't have any friends when I was a teenager, so I could not drink illegally.
Illegally on your own.
Well, this would require me to be able to get the booze in the first place.
True, yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
So instead, I have an unhealthy relationship with alcohol now.
Great, you've got a lot of catching up to do.
Exactly, right? Hmm.
"15-year-olds drinking Smirnoff Ice in the park." That's why. Yeah, teenage years put down into one perfect sentence. Needs more playgrounds for 14-year-olds to binge drinking.
Yes.
A way of life. That is very... When they say British values, I think that's what they're talking about.
Just drinking. That makes sense. I wonder if I can replace this with just a less shitty bridge. I don't know that I have any though.
I like that one. The bridge for cars.
What, the one that's already there?
Yeah, with the red trim to it. I don't know. With
The only thing that's bugging me is that the support structure is making me anxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, it might work with like about twice as many columns as it has, or not columns, piers, whatever you call it. Let's see if that makes any sense. The engineer in me is like looking at this like, that can't stand up. That won't work.
Yeah, that. It doesn't look like they've joined. They've placed it on top, and they've not joined it together.
Yeah.
See, that one looks like London Bridge. London, is it? Yeah, that one does look like London Bridge.
All right, that looks less. That looks less like it'll fall down any second. All right.
Do we have a hospital?
I don't think we do. I think there is one, but I don't think it's like particularly like emphasized.
No.
Yeah. May as well. It might be something that'll go in this sort of triangular spot here.
Yeah, because they tend to have these big hospitals on the edge of town. How will the tall ships get up the river? Very, very good question.
I probably don't anymore. I need like a good hospital. I only have the crappy default hospital.
Oh, that'd be
Like
quite
a
a good
big-
place because you've already got the car park.
Yeah, exactly.
Car park that the people working in the hospital have to pay for.
Of course, yes.
Mm.
I'll just put the regular hospital here for now, and then maybe we'll swap it out later. I don't know if there's any good hospital assets on the workshop. It isn't something I've focused on recently.
I think it's particularly like.
Hospitals architecturally are nightmares, just because they seem to grow so organically.
Yeah. They just keep adding wings to it.
Yeah, exactly. They just build onto it, and they build onto it, and they build onto it, and there's no coherent plan for expansion ever. I guess because really there can't be.
Yeah, as like medicine progresses, I guess they just like keep.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have thought that you would need to install a particle accelerator in a hospital like 30 years ago. But here we are. We have proton therapy.
Yeah. Just gotta get those particles very quick.
Yes.
I need them quicker. The default hospital does look very new labour. I do agree.
Yeah.
It cost £400 million to build and took 35 years or something silly.
Yes. Overcapacity the day it was finished.
I read something and it was like I can't remember the exact way someone said, but like someone said the most efficient hospital would just be one bed,
Oh, yes.
and it would just be always working at 100% capacity.
Absolutely.
That's like the natural conclusion.
That's how science works.
I'm no scientist, so I'll believe that.
Oh, crap. What did I just do? So I think it would be smart to wrap up in about 15 minutes because I gotta record the podcast after this. You know,
Cool.
busy day of creating content.
I'm just gonna finish watching Sherlock.
That also sounds good.
A wild Friday night in southeast London.
Yes. So that's every night now. Yeah, we're gonna do one that's gonna get us lots of flames. We're recording an episode about 9/11.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Way to split the room.
I know, right? Well, Truanon put out the episode where they said Bush put bombs in the towers, and I'm like, okay, we can't let this go unanswered.
I'm gonna stay clear of the comment section now.
I got some wonderful pictures from a fireproofing trade magazine of the fireproofing conditions in the Twin Towers, like
Really?
the year before the September 11th happened, and it was like, well, it was not good.
No.
Just huge chunks of fireproofing falling off walls, and those buildings didn't have a concrete core.
Jesus.
It was drywall. The main fireproofing material was just drywall.
But yeah. They costs a lot to build big buildings, they
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to splurge on the concrete when we can get away with drywall.
I will. Oh shit, it was a timber frame all this time.
Oh, someone in the comments says jet fuel can't burn drywall, and it's interesting. It's interesting because, in fact, drywall is actually a very good fire protection system because by mass, it's almost half water crystals. So as it burns, that water sort of vaporizes and prevents temperatures from going up too high. Now the thing is, it's great fireproofing, but as we all know from when we got really mad one day, drywall's not so good with impacts.
I plane flying into it.
Yes, or someone punches it.
Yeah. No, so it just really what you can, as your house is burning down, you can have that steam room that you dreamed of.
Yes, exactly. Where is a good bridge? Now I remembered that I have all these things I can use to detail bridges, and I'm just going to only do this for the rest of the rest of eternity, right?
It's good. People will be like, "Damn, the bridge was great."
Yes. That does not look good. That looks also not so good. It sort of might work. Nah, that's not going to work. I don't like that. What else can I do here? That has no clearance. That has even less clearance. So I got way too many options here.
I quite like the stone one.
Yeah, a stone one would be good. Let me see if that even works, though.
Because the yes, it would probably make sense as in when this probably was built. It's probably quite an old railway line.
I just got to make sure. I got to figure out why it's not showing up. The train did not like that.
I quite like that one.
Which one? I mean, the thing is, it didn't fit. Nothing's really fit so far.
Yeah. It's quite low, that bridge, isn't it? It's quite low.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd like to have like a nice deck girder or something like that, but I don't know that I have that.
What is a deck girder? I'm gonna.
A deck girder is sort of like the Red Road Bridge, right? You have some big girders that sort of stick up above the deck of the bridge, and those are the main thing that holds the bridge up.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm confused as to why there's this whole pack of railway stuff I got, and it doesn't have, the one kind of bridge that is the most common.
Just the cool, trendy, hip bridges.
Yeah. You know what else it might be? Is I might be using the wrong pieces. That that does not work here. Oh. That's probably what I needed to do. It's because I was using the wrong things because I don't know how anything works.
What is your podcast, Justin?
It's called Well, There's Your Problem, a podcast about engineering disasters with slides.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, I just made you shout out your own podcast on your own channel.
Yes.
I'm that much of a hype man.
That has been updating certainly a lot more often than the YouTube because, you know, it's easier to make is the main thing. The Franklin 12 script is almost done though, so hopefully you'll see something from that soon.
Summer 2021.
I think it might be next month if we're lucky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a big shout out. That's a big.
Well, one of the things I managed to do is I got the assets done really early. Since we were going to do Girard College in that episode, I got to do more assets. So I can even show those off here if people want to see them, which I assume they do want to see them.
I would assume so as well.
Yeah. So the main thing that we'd be talking about is, why is this? Hold on. But this episode in particular involves like a whole lot of stuff about sort of the history of, well, A, trade, but B, the slave trade, and how some of that wealth was used to create segregated institutions, especially Girard College itself, which we can sort of see. Girard College is a big boarding school in North Philadelphia, which was for white children only for much longer than even like public schools were in the South. And depending on who you believe, it was built with wealth stolen from the Haitian Revolution, which kind of adds insult to injury. But yeah, I got all the buildings done for that, like real early on. I just gotta figure out finish the damn script. It's kind of a sprawling episode.
Does that take up most of your time then? And then the filming is quite...
Yeah, I mean, I would say like the script is the hardest part. These buildings are much easier than the previous set because I had most of the textures done. Getting the textures right was annoying. Yeah, but I got the whole ensemble for the college. I got the... There's like it famously has a wall all the way around the campus. It just takes up this massive city block, and it's completely walled off. No one goes in, no one goes out because it's a boarding school, you know. It's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but racist.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask what the equivalent Oompa Loompas are then.
Good question. Well, when you think about it, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but racist.
Yeah, that's...
Especially if you read like the what was it, Roald Dahl's second book, Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. He does mention how the Oompa Loompas are basically slaves, but you know they like it, so it's fine.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
You just get paid in chocolate.
Yeah, they get paid in cocoa beans.
Some weird indentured labour.
That's That's your white savior complex for you. Um, all right, so it seems like we are just about done for today. I'm gonna say we've been going for about 2 hours. Uh, so I guess what do we do? Do we just sign off? Do we? I guess we gotta plug the thing again.
Right, we have to do the song.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll probably. We could plug the event.
Yes. So we're doing City Skylines Radical Urbanism at the World Transformed Festival. We're gonna have a bunch of speakers come in and talk about how the Green New Deal might affect cities, and we'll try and visualize it in city skylines using the city we've been building here. That is on September 25th. There's more details in the description. And obviously, this is pre-Green New Deal. We'll do post-Green New Deal in the actual thingy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, anyone who's bored at home, check out the World Transformed. Loads of great events.
That's all of you, so you better go check it out.
So yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Having me, Justin.
Yeah. What?
I said thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming on, Rob.
No, it's all right. I can, as I said, my bragging rights to my 3 friends.
Yes.
That watch your stuff. That'll last me till Christmas, probably.
Exactly. So, no one else will have done anything interesting. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah. All right. So let's see if I end the stream properly this time, because I screwed up the last 2 times, and it actually ended up running for about an hour and a half after I thought I turned it off. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna see. I think I have to end stream on YouTube first. All right.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.